Hello, RJB here, and today we're gonna kick off a best of set between Leebokgu and Minchul. These two players have always provided us entertaining games, so I am 100% sure that this is going to be an entertaining set between these two very strong, top level, elite level players. Let's see if we can do red versus blue. I don't really like... Alright, so here's the thing. So alright, first, Leebokgu on the Terran here, on the middle left of the map, and Minchul here on the navy blue, on the exact mirror location on the map. Now, red versus blue looks nice, but I kind of think it gets stale the more often you do red versus blue. But then we've got yellow against navy blue, and then the name here in the top becomes pretty much impossible to read. Like, if you're watching the video, you probably cannot read the name here on the top side. So I'm gonna go for red against blue. I prefer to have more variety in colors, like have navy, have yellow, orange, all those other kinds of colors. I really like them, as long as they are easy to see on the minimap, easy to see in the game. And I like all the colors, but the moment this here on the top side becomes hard to read, I'm gonna go for red versus blue. A long explanation, but I hope that really explains it all quite clearly. Now, usually Minchul is the kind of player who really likes to go for a single Nexus build order, a lot of aggression early on. He really has amazing micro and game sense in the early game, amazing multitasking, and usually he wins through that alone. But there are players against whom he feels that he has to stick to the proven orthodox build orders, and that's what we're seeing right here. This is a proven orthodox build order. Nexus, Pylon, Nexus Forge, the usual stuff, not very tricky. 13 gateway, of course 2 cannons there in the front. Maybe he's gonna go for a single one. Some of these top level players like to only make a single cannon there in the choke. I like to make 2 because that is maybe because I am less confident in my ability to defend that one single cannon there in the front. But once you're comfortable and confident with one cannon in the choke, you can speed up your entire build order by quite a bit. Because instead of waiting for 150 minerals to build these 2 assimilators here, because you just spend it there on the cannon in the choke, you can pretty much start the 2 assimilators way earlier. And everything else is also pulled forward by like 4 or 6, maybe even 10 seconds. Like the cyber core, the gas finishing, everything is pulled forward by about 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds. It saves you some time. It might mean that you get to hit your opponent faster than if you didn't. Save that 150 minerals from the cannon. Leebokgu there finds Minchul's base. Minchul also has found Leebokgu's base. Propo's running away. Marine there on the chase. Turns around back to the choke. Gonna ball up his Marines there to maybe go for some map control movements, to intercept some probes and some zealots maybe as well. Usually a lot of players like to place the Marines here in the choke point here of the Protoss just to put some pressure on them. It's like a psychological warfare thing where the Protoss starts to feel like the Terran might attack any time now. So I'm going to add more cannons, maybe build some zealots as well. Maybe play a little bit safer than I would if he didn't place those Marines there. So it can force the Protoss to spend money on things that they would rather spend towards facilitating their attack, their Reaver Zealots combination attack, or whatever they are going for. Leebokgu there going for... well, he went for only 2 barracks. It works out really well, because there's no early aggression coming out from Minchul. If Minchul went for early aggression, these 2 barracks might actually have cost Leebokgu the game. But considering there's a nice little window of time until 6:30 or 6:20 in the match before Minchul can start hitting and throwing out attacks, Leebokgu has gone for the most optimal build order you can possibly imagine. Early command center, early 3rd command center. In fact, they're also already on the way, going for another barracks and engineering bay now as well. A little bit spaced out here, but there's a nice little bit of room to walk through that might also help him defend. Like, some players like to build everything very compact. The benefit of building compact bases, like everything very close and tight together, is that it becomes very difficult for Dragoons and Zealots to penetrate through all those structures onto those Marines, tanks, and whatever else is defending. But when... It also makes it hard for yourself to defend, sometimes. For example, when a lot of shuttles come flying in and unload their units right around here, around the command center, and you have all these structures blocking your own units from defending your SCVs or your command center, you might end up losing it, or might end up losing your SCVs, or might end up losing units because they get stuck in small, tight little corridors. So that's probably why he's leaving some space in between these structures, just to help himself a little bit in case he has to defend in situations where you need space and open room to walk through. But there's always a benefit and a downside to it. That's pretty much one of the beautiful things of StarCraft. There are always benefits and downsides to whatever you're doing. There's always a weakness you have to cover, an option you have to keep in mind that the enemy can exploit. Very early Corsair for Minchul, that's kind of a staple Minchul move. Very early Corsair to try and scout the base, get information, just fly over one time, see where you can go in and where you can. Like, Templars sneak their way into the base because Leebokgu is not paying attention that well, but honestly it's hard to pay attention that well to catch those two Dark Templars as they come flying in. Like, Templar number 2 stays alive, gonna try to find his way back into the backside there of the base, gets some Marine kills there as well. Scan doesn't have... Oh, Scan has energy, exactly. The bottom Scan here had just enough energy to save the day and keep those Marines alive. Dark Templars go down. Dark Templars don't really do much, they get information. But he already got that exact same information from that Corsair that just flew over. So Dark Templars might actually slow Minchul down in his next attack. But I do believe in Minchul. I do believe he has what it takes, mechanically speaking, and in terms of game sense, to still, even with a delayed attack, to still make everything count for as much as he possibly can. The upgrades he's currently got on the way are level 1 attack, Zealot speed, Dragoon range, Storm has finished already, he's got Templar energy on the way. You know what, let's look up the real name of that spell. It's called Kadarin Amulet. I suck at pronouncing the name, so I'm just going to stick with Templar energy, so I don't embarrass myself any further by saying Kadarin. I just have a feeling that I'm saying it wrong. Yeah, so a lot of Marines there placed in between, a lot of turrets around the command center. That's kind of unusual. Most of the time players don't build that many command centers around, turrets around the command center. But I actually learned that having some anti-air, some static defense, anti-air around your main really helps in just taking down those shuttles when they keep hanging around. It also stops the Reaver Shuttle micro, when the enemy tries to Reaver Shuttle micro and micro you to death. The attack from the front there, Templars there, Templar storming, but dropped on the bottom but also coming in at the same time. This is a the top was a distraction. Bottom one goes down, the top side is now the real drop. Bottom side sadly couldn't reach the SCVs, went down a little bit too early. A lot of Marines got stormed to death there on the top side, turrets also going down, Zealots are wreaking havoc, Archon is morphing. He's opening up a path for his follow-up drop. Follow-up drop there, he's flying it over the top side as well. So the first drop attempt didn't really work out all that well. Mostly just opened up a hole and killed some units, which is more and better than nothing. But the hole is already being plugged up there, turret there is being thrown down, another shoulder wrap coming in from the front side. Front drop to pull units away from the back side. Then the top drop comes in at the same time as well while he's being distracted, but he isn't falling for it. He's focusing on both drops at the same time. Oh, this one is unloading though. The cities are not running away. Leebokgu, you're making such a big mistake. Oh dear God. So basically, Leebokgu was playing with fire, gambling, playing on the edge. He saw it coming and he I'm not sure if he target fired on the show itself. Maybe he just attack moved. But he didn't try to avoid the storm, believing he could kill the Templars before the Templars would storm. And there's a benefit to it, if you can do it. If you can snipe those Templars before Oh, Storm Drop comes in the bottom side. Oh, Marines have been pulled away. Marines are coming in, trying to stop the storm from happening. Templars are arriving on the scene. Templars are storming everywhere. 4 Templars in total. All the Marines are gonna get stormed, but most of them are dodging the storm. Really well done. But the front has been broken there at the same time as well. Tanks moved to the front to try and salvage the situation. But he did take down the depots there and killed some Marines. But in the end, doesn't lose any more SCVs than he did on the previous drop. Now back to the issue with not dodging the storm. Basically, if you kill the Templars fast enough, you save a lot of minerals, because your SVs don't stop mining for 10 to 15 seconds. And that's a lot of lost mining time. And after they get put back onto the minerals, they have to like restabilize, so to speak. They have to pick up the mining pace once again. And that slowed down mining speed, when you put them back on, all at the same time, is also a lot of lost mining time. Basically, you lose a lot of minerals just by dodging the storm. So if you can kill the shuttles and the Templars before they storm, you can potentially save a lot of money. And at this level of play, trying to force those little advantages can make the difference in winning or losing. In this case, he tried to force it, but it might end up losing him the game. So, mass gateway attack there coming in from the front door. He's pretty much maxed out, has been non-stop dropping, non-stop attacking so far. Dropping from the front, this is going to be unloaded there on the tanks behind the wall. Got about 3-4 Templars storming all the Marines. A lot of Marines are getting caught into the storms, and now the front is being broken down as well, as most of the units there that were there to protect have been taken down. There's not many reinforcements able to move to the front. Bunkers going down, Marines going down. A lot of supply there, dead and gone for both players, but Minchul comes out on top here as he simply has way more production buildings and structures than Leebokgu can probably keep up with. Leebokgu has 5 barracks, that's a pretty healthy amount, 3 factories as well. He's still pretty far behind. Now the supply difference is about 40, maybe even 50. As more units from Minchul, from Leebokgu keep going down, and Minchul just keeps streaming in, and Leebokgu keeps losing units. Leebokgu just throwing mass gateways there on the middle of the map. He's playing with impeccable multitasking here. Multitasking is really, really well. It's getting a lot of diverse tech. He's been attacking non-stop. He has Arbiters already on the way. He's progressing on every single front at the same time. He's attacking and progressing his tech. This is like 458 but on steroids in a sense. 458 tends to spam out attacks, but not really progress his base and his tech all that much while he's attacking. Minchul, though, is attacking and progressing everything at the same time. It's really a beauty to behold. It's really consistent level play. With one arm and with one attack, we've got a front gonna get micro. He's throwing some fancy micro on the attacks as well. Most of the times we don't see the Reaver with a shuttle being utilized this far into the game. Usually it's reserved for the earlier stages, but he's using it here near the mid-game or even the start of the late game. Another drop there comes in. There's Arbiters coming in there. There's no stasis or recall finished yet. It is on the way though. Arbiter's going to try to support there, provide some protection for the tanks. There's a scan coming down as well, but Leebokgu doesn't have that much. It's like, yeah, he knows it. He realizes it. The game is over. He taps out, calls GG, and gives Minchul the very first win of the match. Really, really well played there from Minchul. He really strong Protoss. Almost looked unbeatable. It did come down to Leebokgu messing up pretty massively, but even then, I'm not sure he could have won or survived for much longer, given the amount of pressure he was experiencing and feeling. Minchul was really laying down the punishment. So game number 2. We're, as usual, swapping races around. And Minchul again on the navy blue color. Leebokgu there on the magenta pink. I kind of want to keep this color, but yeah, let's just keep the color. We all know that Minchul is the guy's name we can't read. We all know his name is 1994, May 16th. Leebokgu there on the magenta. I want to keep the magenta in the match. Magenta is... it's a nice color. Not really my favorite, because, well, I have no favorite color really. Though I do favor colors like yellow and red. But magenta, yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. Blue is also nice, but I kind of get tired of blue because everyone likes blue. Alright, so Minchul going for 2 gateways as well. 2 barrackses, not gateways. These are barrackses. Early Academy, they're also coming out. Leebokgu goes for 2 cannons. That's the thing I mentioned last game. Minchul went for a single one. Leebokgu goes for 2 instead of 1. He doesn't feel that 1 cannon gives him enough protection, specifically against a player like Minchul, who at times likes to pull SCVs to kill that 1 cannon there in the choke really early and quick. He really likes to do that. He likes to just go balls to the wall, full-on aggression, without any self-preservation. He just goes hard, and he never stops going hard. So that's why 2 cannons is probably the right choice here against a player like Minchul, because he's already putting his Marines there in the choke to create that psychological bit of warfare, to put some psychological pressure on Leebokgu, who is going for triple gateway. This is actually a build order that we sometimes see JH do. It turns out Leebokgu also really likes it. Sorry, I had to take a drink. So Leebokgu, 3 gateways and 2 slightly delayed tech options. 3 gateways require and necessitate some zealot production. Well, he's going for Dragoons. He's going for Dragoons, so that's where his gas is gonna go. Which of course means no early robo. The robo is a little bit delayed, a little bit slower than usual. Dragoon ranks are also on the way. Probably not gonna see a Citadel of Badun or a Templar's Archive anytime soon. Probably gonna go for Reavers first, maybe a second robo sometime soon, maybe no second robo. Really depends. Can he afford a second robo while producing Dragoons from 3 gateways while on double gas? Can he do it, or is it not possible? Because I haven't done this build order myself, I honestly don't really know that much about it. Oh, Firebat's gonna try to sneak in. Firebats go down though. Minchul trying to do some cheeky, sneaky stuff. Does get in there, but the Marines there are gonna go down to the Dragoons for sure. Though Medic there in the back is healing them up quite nicely. Actually, he's gonna win this fight because the medics are just doing such a great job of keeping those Marines alive. The Marines are going to the backside, gonna try to snipe some probes. Actually, more impressive than I thought. I didn't think 2 Marines would do so much damage while 2 Dragoons, 3 Dragoons are also alive there. He's getting way more kills than he should have any right to be getting. Holy crap, Minchul. 2 Marines. 10 kills. That is actually criminal. That is actually criminal. I've never seen someone just utilize Marines so well. 2 Marines, in fact. And 2 medics. I didn't expect that one. That really gives Minchul a lot of breathing room. Even though he's now facing a Dragoon attack, it gives him a lot of breathing room. Because those Marines here, if Leebokgu doesn't micro his Dragoons without mistake, the Marines are going to put up a pretty good fight there with the medics supporting them. I assume he has range and stim. Well, stim we saw. Range, I assume he has, because of course he's not upgrading it at the moment, which leads me to believe he already has it. Once again, taking a fight there on the middle. The micro this time around is going really well. Bunkers are already up there in the front though for Minchul, so the Dragoons can't really get in. We also already have a tank there. Tank outranges the Dragoons, so he can try to micro his tank back and forth to hit the Dragoons as they try to attack there onto the bunkers. We have a shuttle and a Reaver there in choke point. The SCV count currently once again about 35, Leebokgu on 38. Both players are on about even footing at the moment. Supply is also about even. But at the moment, I do think Leebokgu has a slightly stronger force to attack with. Because he has a Reaver and a shuttle. And Minchul mostly has Marines, although Minchul is going for the attack. Minchul is not going to sit around and wait any longer. Minchul is playing aggressive. He tried to find the shuttle on the middle, but he couldn't find it. Leebokgu was already past the middle with the shuttle. That's what he was doing. He was going to try to just stim into the middle, snipe the shuttle, before the shuttle could prove to be any kind of threat to Minchul's economy. Minchul is really proactive. He has the ability to hunt for the enemy while building his base, probably better than anyone else. Maybe Prime Hamburger Sasu or Brain are on a similar level as this, but it's really impressive. He has a great sense and a feeling of what to do and why. Maybe even a bit arrogant and cheeky. We gets in. Reaver unloads. Reaver gonna try to kill some Marines there, but the shuttle goes down. Only 4 Marines get taken out in the end. Leebokgu a little bit too over-eager with that Reaver. Goes a little bit too far forward. And kind of wastes it. But this is fastest map, and you can spam out shuttles with Reavers pretty much non-stop. Though it still slows down the plans Leebokgu had, because Leebokgu needs to deal some damage on Minchul. If Minchul goes completely untouched, he is one of the scariest players on a Terran to touch fastest map ever. Leebokgu can't go in there on the top corner. It's pretty well protected. Turrets there, engineering bay, Marines there also on the scene. Marines have level 1 attack. Really helps taking down the shuttles. You know, it adds more damage, helps take them down. Tempest Archive there, got Storm on the way, Zealous Fleet they're also on the way. Leebokgu's adding on gateways and stargates to start maxing out on army. And spam out shuttles, because that's one of the few things he preferably likes to do, is use shuttle drops a lot, non-stop. He isn't quite the person to go for frontal mass attacks. He tries to kill you with very well executed and placed and timed shuttle attacks. Like, just unload those units wherever he can and kill as much as he can and work his way closer towards the SCPs. That's his modus operandi. That's the way he functions. On the top side, Vessel there on the hill gives him vision. Shuttle gets... Oh, he manages to load way too many units. The Reaver gets taken down before he can shoot. The Scarab eventually disconnect though. It was already out. Gonna try to take down some of those turrets, but Marines already stimming in there from the sides. Gonna turn around all those Marines to kill those Marines first before he loses the Zealot and can't get the turrets down, but turrets are getting repaired. Minchul is so good. I'm impressed by the small little details in Minchul's play, but while he's distracting on the left side of the base, is coming in from the bottom right side, and there's nothing in between to intercept these shuttles. He has some turrets that are focusing on the course here. Marines are coming in though, trying to snipe it. Templars are reloading. Templars are too far away from the SB. SBs are running away to safety. Some Marines. Marines are going down. So in the end, he gets some Marines, gets some turrets, and some SCVs here on the side, but those are SCVs that Minchul doesn't really care about that much. In the end, Minchul is pretty much, once again, without damage, makes his way into the 10-minute mark of the game. Now that Leebokgu hasn't tried, Leebokgu has been trying really hard, but it's just so hard to play against someone who is as aware and on point as Minchul. Also notice how Minchul at 10 minutes in is still only on triple gas. He's just slowly making tanks on a very low factory count, slowly maxing out on mech, while defending himself with Marines and turrets in really well played, accurate defense. And at some point he's going to lift up all those barracks, replace them with factories once he has the upgrades for it, and just roll Leebokgu over. There's a chance though that he's going to go for a Marine mass tank attack. But first, more bunkers being added on there in the back to protect himself from those mass drops, because this is a mass drop there on the way, coming in from the bottom right. But the vessel there spots it out, another vessel there also spots it out. The vessels are everywhere. Throws down an EMP there on the Corsairs and the shuttles, but the shuttles got untouched by... Oh wait, he got 2 of them. So he did get them. He did get them. Alarm Marine's already here in position to try and snipe the shuttles as they come flying in there over the top side. Comes in. Disruption Web there on the Marines. Oh, that's a really great stuff there from Leebokgu. Minchul is now running away with his SCVs. SCVs are running away into the middle. Looks like he got the Templars. It's only Zealot's able to unload. He got the shuttle with the Templars. And so the shuttles make their way out of there And even though the disruption webs were cute and beautiful to see, he doesn't quite get what he wanted to do. Doesn't quite get it. All the SVs are still running away. Minchul forgot to pull those back to the base. That's going to hurt his economy for quite a while, because now his SVs are... Well, his income is quite low now. His income is pretty low now. Leebokgu is still adding on to his base. He's got a fleet beacon now as well, so he can switch into carriers once he has the Stargates finished up, but still he's getting gateways first. Can't really afford Stargates yet, as he's only on 5 simulators. He does have a lot of gas, because he's mostly making Zealots and Shuttles, and a couple Templars mixed in between. But he'll probably need to add 2 more gas, maybe 3 more gas in total to finance a carrier fleet switch, if he's ever going to go for it. Now here we start to notice the difference between Minchul and Leebokgu. Minchul in the last game already had a lot of advanced tech and a lot more structures on the map, while doing pretty much the exact same thing Leebokgu is doing right here. It's non-stop shuttle attacks. Oh, Storms come down. Storm misses once again. Hits the tanks, hits the Marines, but once again, Minchul defends this with ease. He actually makes this look very easy, but only because he is so damn good. Only because he is so damn good. Yeah, Leebokgu is struggling to hit, and Minchul is maxed out. Minchul is no longer gonna sit around. He's gonna use his entire army and just go for the frontal attack. His upgrades are level 1 attack, they're for attack, level 2 for Marines. No armor for either yet, though it's on the way. Level 3 attack for Marines is also on the way, and Karen boosters for Goliaths also being researched. Leebokgu is pretty far behind though at the moment, because, well, he's on 1-1, 2-2, almost finishing up there for every single upgrade. Gets EMP on a group of Zealots, gets EMP on the shuttles. That boss coming in, rolling forward. He unloads on top of all the tanks. This army is gonna get cleared out. Almost entirely. Not entirely, but almost entirely. Some units are still left alive, but more Zealots have already spawned. They're gonna try to go in for the attack, clean this up while he can. Although he's being forced back into the base because he's waiting for more supply to finish up for a bigger army. But this gives Minchul the time to send in reinforcements and to throw out the decisive blow. Is this match going to end here? Is Leebokgu going to lose in 15 minutes in a Protoss against Terran? I mean, it is Minchul. Minchul is a very impressive Terran player. As we can all see, he has played a defense without a single mistake. Not a single mistake. This was a perfect defense. Perfect defense against Leebokgu, which is very difficult to do. I haven't seen many players play a perfect defense against Leebokgu, but Leebokgu just couldn't make anything count. Couldn't make it work. Although Reavers are spawning here though, but Reavers are getting attacked, getting focused down, target fired, stimming Marines are there on the scene. Reavers are finishing up their Scarabs. Those Scarabs are now on the counter attack, with more units coming in from the back there. There's a bunker there in front as well. Tank is sieging up, and that means that the Reavers are going to go down to the tank shots once they finish up sieging. He keeps on rolling, keeps on going in, he keeps on attacking. Ghost there on the scene as well. I really like Ghost. He's getting a lockdown now as well. He doesn't have it yet. The Ghosts are just such a nice touch to keep them into the mix, just in case he has to lock down carriers. And Leebokgu knows the game is over. He calls the GG, taps out, and the win goes to Minchul, who has himself a very well-earned victory in game number 2 here, and gets himself in the lead once again with 2 wins on the score chart. Very, very well played. I am impressed by how perfect that defense was. But this series isn't over yet. The video is over for today though. I'm gonna keep it a little bit short. Otherwise I'm gonna strain my voice too much, and I like to give my voice a little bit more rest. Yada yada yada. So I'm gonna continue the series tomorrow between Leebokgu and Minchul. And hopefully the rest of the games are going to be as exciting as the ones we've just watched. Very precise, expert level play from both players, specifically from Minchul, who has not made a single mistake, not even the smallest mistake in his gameplay. But thank you for watching. This was RGB for RJB TV. Hope you enjoyed this and hope you come back once again for another video whenever the video drops. Thank you for watching.